guys, so it's the autumn transitional makeup look and I just thought I'd film one. So step 1, priming the eyelids, and for this I'm just using the Lorac behind the scenes eye primer, but you can pretty much use anything you want, and just also sort of carving out my brows very roughly with this as well. Step 2, base shadow. I'm using sort of a, I don't know how to sort of like a sunset garnet kind of colour. I'm also wetting a flat shadow brush just to apply this, so to get most pigmentation, and just using, I'm very much just packing the colour on to the lid. Yeah, nothing that exciting over here. So yeah. So now we have to blend. For this, sort of the transitional colour, I guess you'd call it, is a sort of light mauve colour. And the palette I have been using is still in the light palette. The first shade was Sunset, I believe, and this shade I'm using right now is called Bliss. So you're just using a fluffy blending brush, using it from the crease and blending it upwards. And keep trying to making sure that it's even. Step 3, adding depth. So you just want to take a darker colour. I'm using the colour Standstone and a sort of tapered brush. It is an art brush, I know, but it does the job. And using that in the outer crease and sort of working my way inwards. I'm also taking it just below into the sort of the outer corner of the lash line as well. But I will be blending this out so it's not that harsh. Oh shame, I've just given away the next step. Anyway, highlighting and more blending. I don't want this to be a very dramatic look, so that is why there's more blending. But I'm just highlighting my brow bone using Bare from the same palette. And again, not something too intense, it's pretty subtle. And using the blending brush, I'm taking more of the Bliss colour and just blending everything together pretty much from the crease. So no harsh lines, and it's very soft. Yeah. So now I'm going to be taking the colour Sunset and just reapplying it, just so intensifying it and get most of the colour that I possibly can. I'm also taking the colour, what is it, Bubbly, and just using that on the inner tear duct area just to highlight it and open up my eyes a little bit more. I'm also taking a sort of a, not too of a intense angled brush. Tense, what's wrong with me? Just a sort of fluffy angled brush and using that just for my lower lash line. And I believe I was taking the colour Sandstone. Oh shit, I just forgot. Probably the Sandstone or Ebony, one of those. Next, taking a fluffy blending brush again and blending everything. Now for eyeliner, oh wait, it's longer than usual. Okay, for eyeliner, I'm using gel liner. This is Collections, and all the products will be listed below anyway. But I start in the center and work my way outwards, and then start inwards, and then just drag everything out. I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can see it anyway. The brush I'm using is a very fine brush, which is, you know, something I prefer to use, but use whatever you feel comfortable with. So magically, yes, all my liner's done. I just can't do wings on camera. I take the piss doing that, and it'll just be like a 2-hour video, which nobody wants to see. So now I'm just using the gel liner and using on my waterline, and using the lazy way, doing it on my tight line, and just adding it on the outer corners and touching it up and stuff. You can see it. Now using any old cheap mascara, I'm just going to coat my lashes in them just to make it more black, and so they can blend with the fake lashes I will be applying later. I'm also applying my lower lash line. I'm going a bit more crazy on there just because I'm not applying no fake lashes in my lower lash line, so I want that to be big as possible. So as you can see, I have got my fake lashes on, and I'm also going to be highlighting my under eye area as well as the rest of my face, but for this part I'm using a natural, so my skin tone sort of concealer, which has brightening technology, so it more gives like a natural sort of radiance to the skin, not like the whole Kim K thing. But today I feel like doing a bit more highlighting, so I did decide to do the whole Kim K brightening thing. And using a small stippling brush, I'm just going to be blending those two together. The first one's quite thin, so it's quite nice under the eyes. The second concealer that I did apply is a bit more thicker, so I don't like applying too much of that, just because it feels a bit cakey. And just make sure I be blending that out. And doing weird faces while I'm doing that. That's cool. Obviously that highlighting was not enough for me, so I decided to go back and add more. But this time I was doing my T-zone area. It's not something I usually do, but I just felt like doing it today. So yeah, same brush, blend, blend, blend. That was very quick, sharp editing, but now I'm using blush. And it's sort of an warmed, like an orange brick kind of colour. That's the way I can describe it. And starting with the backs of my cheekbone and working my way to the front is the way I like to apply blush personally. I just think the nice sort of orange tone complements the eyes. I'm also taking a bit of powder and a large fluffy brush and just sort of setting everything in place. Yeah, I was trying to, don't know, just doing like odd numbers. So now just taking a lip liner. This is sort of a rose pink, I'd probably describe it, and just outlining my lips. Just giving them the better shape that they should have been. I'm also filling them in slightly just so the lipstick stays long and does not bleed. The lipstick I'm using is Makeup Revolution in shade The One, which is a very light pink tone nude. And if you wanted to go the full-on autumn and use a dark lip, you can, but this is more of a transitional look, from when summer to autumn, so I don't want to be too heavy with what I was wearing. And now I'm using a sort of pearl shimmery, eyeshadow stick, and just highlighting. That's it. Bye. Hope you guys like it. Thank you for watching.